Yeah. Hello. Happy Saturday again. Happy Saturday again. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. If you, my old saying, if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, lay back down. And as you're laying back down, ask God to change whatever it is that woke you up wrong, that woke you up feeling bad, woke you up feeling depressed, woke you up feeling whatever kind of way it is that's negative, that God don't want you to have. Then change it. Ask God to change it. Ask God to change it. And then somebody that listen to me, you feel like that something is wrong. And all you gotta do, just go to God and say, God, fix me. God, fix me, and God, fix it. God, fix me and fix it. Fix me and fix it. Fix me and fix it. And so just do that. Just do that. When you get up with determination. Get up with thanksgiving. Get up fighting to live again. Yesterday might have was hell. You might have been through some hellish things yesterday. It was horrible, but you know what? You went to sleep. You finally got tired and went to sleep. And you woke up and it was different. You woke up, things felt different. Things seemed different. Weeping may endure for a night. You need to know that it's going to be on a period of time where you will be sad. There will be a period of time where you're going to cry. There'll be a period of time. It's a period of time. But there's going to come a time when those tears are going to dry up. As a matter of fact, scripture, there's going to come a time when he's going to wipe away every tear. Every tear. You need to know that God's going to wipe away every tear. And so because every tear that you shed, God knows the information. God knows the cry. God knows the travail, the sleepless nights, the pain, all that. Everything that's in your heart that you feel that you want to express, that you want to have someone that you can express what's in your heart. Go to God. He said, come unto me, all you that weary and heavy laden. Take my yoke upon you. Learn of me, for my yoke is easy. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. And so he's going to make it easy. If you're going through stuff and it's hard, he can make it easy for you. I don't know why you're struggling like that, going through all of that. Obedience is better than sacrifice. He can make it easy for you. The way of a transgression is hard. But those that walk after the Spirit shall not fulfill the lust thereof. And so God wants to take you up higher. He wants to take you up higher. He wants to take you up higher. He wants to take you up higher in your faith. He wants to take you up higher in your joy. He wants to take you up higher. He wants to take you up higher. Because every round goes higher. Every round goes higher. There's an elevation. God is elevating. God is removing. God is lifting up. God is doing a new thing in you, my brother. God is doing a new thing in you, my sister. But what you need to do, you need to pause. You need to pause and be still. Be still, pause and be still. That's what you need to do. You need to pause and be still. And whatever your situation where you got to make a choice. You got to do something. You got to do something. Before you got to do anything, pause and be still. Pause and be still and listen. Let him speak to you. Because he can and he will speak to you right in that situation. In the situation that you need him the most. You've been crying out. You've been asking. I know some asking, well, what God's going to do. God knows. All I can tell you is what he said. All I can tell you is what he said. And there's something that God promised you. He's going to speak it to you. Why are you asking someone else that God revealed to you what he spoke to you? If God spoke it to you, he should reveal it to you. Even when someone speaks a word to you, it's not nothing you should already not know. It should be confirmation of what God has already spoken to your spirit concerning whatever it is. But let me I want to briefly explain what else I was explaining, abuse. Two types of abuse. Now I want to talk about two types: the physical and mental. The physical and mental. Now you know the physical abuse of someone hitting like a boxer. You know, in a boxing match, you fighting. And after a while, after the fight, maybe the 13th, 12th round, 11th, 12th round, you wore out. Wore out from the hitting. You wore out from laying on each other and the guy hitting you. And you could be winning, but you still feel bruised. And so sometimes you could be hit so much, you can have stuff inside broken, internal. You can have some internal bleeding. You don't know because it's just on the outside. But, you know, just that boxing. Now, physical abuse can cause all of that. It can cause all the physical the stuff and all that. But also, there's a greater kind of abuse as well. There's an abuse that I believe that's even greater or more damning, more painful than a physical abuse, and that's a physical. That is a emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. It's when you use emotions to abuse. You use emotions to control. You use emotions to get your way. That's emotional abuse. It's like a kid, as my daughter, when she doesn't get her way, she run away and throw a fit. Because she didn't get her way. So, but what we have to do, we have to teach her how to deal with not always getting your way. Not always getting your way. And so, and that's what causes a lot of emotional abuse. Also emotional hurt. Because there's an old saying, hurt people. See, when you get hurt, if you're not careful when you hurt, and if you don't resolve that hurt, from whatever caused that hurt, the origin of that hurt, maybe it was a situation, it was a relationship or something, whatever it was that caused that hurt. If you never dealt with that hurt, if you never resolved that hurt, if you never got to understand the hurt, you're going to carry that same hurt that you had in those other situations, in those other moments that hadn't been closed, hadn't found closure, hadn't found healing. You're going to bring all those same other conditions into a new relationship, into a new situation. Even the scripture says you can't bring new wine. You can't bring you can't put new wine in old bags, because if you put new wine in old bags, it's gonna burst. Did you hear that? You cannot put new wine in old bags, because if you put new wine in old bags, the bag's gonna burst. It's the same thing. It's the same thing about our past. Oftentimes we put so much confidence in our past. We could put so much confidence in the things that we've been through. But we need to realize and understand that the things that we've been through, they're mixed. They're mixed with love. They're mixed with pain. They're mixed with hurt. They're mixed with resentment. They're mixed with shame. They're mixed with bitterness. And so never draw from a pool or cesspool that has a mixture of things that can harm you. And so never reach back into the subconscious of your mind to find logic or to find an answer or to find healing. You cannot find healing from hurt. You cannot find healing from talking about hurt. You find healing from talking about healing. You find healing from talking about God. And it's almost like when a person has a cut or a sore, and the thing that will cause that sore to always stay is when that person keeps picking at the scab. Because when you keep picking at the scab, eventually what's going to happen, you're going to open that wound back up. And then once you open that wound back up, you're going to be back at square one. You're going to be doing your first work over again. And so abuse, emotional abuse. And many that listen to me, it was a seed that was birthed and put in you as a child. The scripture says that to train up a child in the way they should go, and when they're older, they won't depart from it. Not everybody obeyed and listened to those instructions. Instead of raising them up in the way they should go, they allowed them to raise themselves up. And when these kids, when you allow your kids to grow up any kind of way, that's back to, even though they're grown, but the baggage and so many things that they had to deal with along the way. So we really need to assess and go to the root of the origin of hurt. When someone is emotional, it comes from pain. There's an old saying that if this is just an example now, this is just an example. Now, if there's a pack of dogs and I throw a rock in that pack of dogs, the dog that get hit so hollow. And so there was something in that rock that touched that dog. That's why that dog that's why that dog opened up his mouth. And so that's what happens with people who becomes really, really emotional, because you are touching something that's tender. You are touching something that hurts. That when you touch it, the cries from the pain. And the reason why the pain is there when you touch it, because oftentimes they have been picking at their wounds. And because they've been picking at their wounds and picking at their scab, that scab that broke up, that fell off. And when that scab fell off, when you touch now, you find that so many people are super sensitive. There's so many people that are super sensitive because they just simply can't let go. Can't let go. It's like having some water in a pot and got the pot closed up. After a while, if you're not careful, if that top is not on that container tight enough, that pressure is going to cause that top to blow off. The pressure will cause it to blow off, and then that's where many you that listen to me, you're at a place where you're steaming. You're at a place where you're flaming hot. You're boiling up, and see, but you need God to come into your boiled water. You need God to come and change your temperature, because you're about to blow your top. And when you blow your top, one of the dangers of blowing your top, it could potentially set off the course of nature concerning your life. Because once you do certain things and once you say certain things, you can't take it back. That's why God always lets us know to take heed how we hear, but be swift to hear and slow to speak. We must be swift to hear. We must lead with our ears, not with our mouth. Because I think I have another video where this young lady said that from North Korea, she escaped from North Korea when she was 13 years old. She said that if one person in that family run off the mouth wrong and say something wrong to the government or whoever, they run the risk of not only that person being punished, him, her, the dog, the cat, the generation. It's from one act, it can hurt a generation of a family, a generation of a seed, of a people, just from opening up your mouth and not thinking about the consequence of what you're gonna say. You know, when you open up your mouth, think about the consequences. Because with every action, there's a reaction. You need to know and you need to understand. And young folk really need to do it. Young folk really need to know it. With every action, there is a reaction. Don't just think you can say and do anything you want to do and say anything you want to say and not expect a response. You got to come out of that. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Because we all have to be accountable. God hold all of us accountable for the deeds done in our body. You just can't come off of the mouth and then try to hide and say you're a kid. Oh no. There's a consequence with everything. And those are the things that we're trying to teach our daughter, consequences. You're going to act up, the consequences. You're going to say no, you're going to do what we say, there's a consequence. There's a consequence. Making you think about it. Put sealing that in her brain to know with every action there's a reaction. You just can't do anything you want to do and not reap the repercussions. The scripture said, be not deceived. In other words, don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. Don't live in a false world. Be not deceived. Don't live in a false world where you don't want to exist. And nothing bad gonna happen. You can just do anything you want to do. Oh no, God, be not deceived. God is not mocked. See, you can do what you want to do and you ain't think nothing gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna happen. Because the scripture says in, I think it's in Genesis 8, as the earth remained, winter, cold, hot, seed time and harvest will always be with us. And so in other words, what you put out, or what you bury or put in the ground and plant, sure as the world, it's going to come up again. Hear me. It is going to come up again. God bless you. Hope you enjoyed the message. Hope you enjoyed the message. Hope you enjoyed the message. And if you enjoyed the message, the message has blessed you. If you would, if you could, ma'am, if you could, sir, let me know. Let me know if you see the man. Let me know if you heard. Let me know if you heard. Hopefully I explained it. Hopefully I explained it properly. But you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. There's a source. There's a source. There's an origin of everything. And we have to go to the root. Even the scripture said that the axe head is laid at the root. We gotta go to the source. Our deliverance is at the source of our condition. Our healing is at the source of our condition. We can't ignore that it doesn't exist, because it does. What's in is gonna come out. What's in is gonna come out. What's planned is gonna come out. And so we have to learn how to deal with consequences. Life is about consequences. Reaping and sowing. Consequences. And so that's what I'm saying. But brother, if you don't want to do the crime, you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime. You get that? You get that? If you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime. Some people call me, what do they call me? A nerd. I ain't no nerd, believe that. Bless you.